Okay, so what I want to go over with just to start is some simple exponent rules. Let's make sure you remember your rules for exponents. The questions you're going to see may be a little confusing, but if I said 4 to the negative 2 times 4 to the 5th, okay, and then I put a 3 on the outside. Your first step in trying to solve this is to get rid of the parentheses in the middle, okay? So to do that, you would go ahead and add these. Remember, they're both being multiplied. Don't even worry about the parentheses. Don't worry about anything going on. In the middle, what would you do with those two? What's the rule? You would add them. You get 4 to the 3rd. Now you have that on the outside, and you have 3 on the, or inside, and then you have 3 on the outside. What's the rule here? Remember, you multiply, so you get 4 to the 9th, which is a really big number. If you had to write that out, it'd be 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. All right, let's do one more like that. What if I said negative 2 Okay, go ahead and try that one for me. All right, I'm going to give you some options as well. Okay. Now go ahead and choose one of those options or more than one. What if I said select all? All right, now let's go ahead and solve it. So if we're going to deal with this, we're going to deal with the middle first. Remember, we're going to add negative 2 and positive 3. That's just going to be 3 to the 1, 3 to the 1st. What about the 2 on the outside? Well, you're going to get 3 squared. Okay? So there's an answer. Am I done? No. Let's take a look at this. No, it's not that one, because that would be, this answer would be true if this was a negative 2. Okay? If my final answer was a negative 2 there, this would have been true, right? 9. Well, let's see. Yeah, it does work. Why does it work? Because what's 3 times 3, right? 3 times 3, right? Now what about here? 1 over 9? Nope. 27? Nope. All right, let me give you one more. What would be answers for that? I'm going to give you a bunch of choices, okay? Let's just put... All right, now I'm going to zoom in. Take a look at these choices. What are you going to pick for this one? Well, I'm going to again say select all. Okay, select all. Look through these. I know 2 to the negative 3. Let's just go ahead and tackle this problem. First of all, 2 to the negative 3 would become, it would flip, wouldn't it? So wouldn't it become 1 over 2 to the 3rd? All right? But whenever I see this select all, it makes me think there's more than one answer. Okay? 1 over 2 to the 3rd, for sure. Now, I see numbers here without exponents. Can I break this down? Doesn't this really just mean 1 over 2 times 2 times 2? What's 2 times 2 times 2? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. Then bring down the other 2. So your answer would be 1 over 8. Does that make sense? 2 to the 3rd power is 8. 2 to the 3rd power is 8. Okay? So guess what? 1 over 8 would also be a good answer. All right. Okay, so I want you guys to write this out. It may take some work. It's okay. Write it out. Sometimes writing this stuff out will help you understand it even more. I want you to look at it. We talked about this in class, so I want to make sure you focus on what's going on here. Bill already saved $50 and saves $10 per day. Okay? He already saved $50 and he saves $10 per day. If I'm going to write Bill over here, how would I write his equation? You're writing this problem out. And then I'm also going to write John's equation. Okay? John already saved $100 and saves $20 per day. How many days will they have the same amount of money, basically? Okay? We did this in class. Let's go ahead and try this one. So Bill, what's his equation going to be? Let's go ahead and go y equals, both of these are going to be y equals, right? Already saved 50 and saves $10 per day. Already saved 50 and saves $10 per day. I'm actually going to use the D for day. All right. Now, John already saved $100 and saves $20 per day. How many days will they have the same amount? You know how to handle this problem. All right. We got to answer this question. How many days? How many days will it take where they'll have the same amount of money? All right. Let's go ahead and tackle this. As we do that, we know we're going to put all of this right here. We've done these before. We're good. These are substituting. We're substituting that in there, right there. Okay. So 10D plus 50 equals 20D plus 100. Okay. Now let's just go ahead and solve it. When we do that, let's go ahead and letters to the left. Okay, that cancels out. 10D minus 20D, that's going to become negative 10D. All right, now keep going. We're going to go ahead and subtract. Negative 10D equals 50. All right, then divide. I'm running out of room a little bit, but divide negative 10. Negative 10 into 50. And your answer gets to be negative 5. Right? Negative 10 into 50 is negative 5. All right, let's talk about this. How many days will they have the same amount? Well, D is days. At negative 5 days, they'll have the same amount. Something's really bizarre. How could you have negative 5 days? All right, this doesn't make any sense. All right, so you could eventually answer this saying, there's no answer to this. There's no solution. No days will ever work. No days will ever, they're never going to have the same amount of money. And the reason for this, if you really want to look at the problem, is that John already started with $100 in his account compared to 50, right? And John's also putting more money away than Bill. All right, John's got more money to save initially, right away, and more money saving over time. So there's never going to be a time frame where they're both going to have the same amount of money. All right, do the best you can with this concept. I know it's kind of goofy, kind of odd, but I know you guys can handle it too. All right, when you get a negative number and you're solving this kind of word problem, there's no answer if there's a negative for this, okay, when it makes sense in the words. All right, guys, great job.